Attention is free advertising. So you need to get good at getting some attention. Somehow.
You gotta sell something. I don't know what you gotta sell, but you gotta sell something.
This is what's happening tonight. It's the masterclass on how to go from 0 to a 7-figure revenue business.
When people say, oh, is this get rich quick? You better hope that it is.
I will not take you far. You've been seeing these multi-millionaires and billionaires all around, spreading all over the world, living the best of their life, spending time with family and friends. You see them always enjoying every moment. And this is you. Stacks of bills and overdue notices. You looking very desperate, failing to manage your debts. You probably doesn't have any savings, feeling powerless to do anything to change it, and all that decisions you made is to avoid those problems. You hate being poor, and you're left constantly wondering, why am I so poor? You ask yourself, being poor means that you don't have enough to live a normal life. It means that the chances of you living the life you want are extremely slim. We who desire to accumulate riches should remember the real leaders of the world always have been men who harnessed and put into practical use the intangible, unseen forces of unborn opportunity, and have converted those forces into skyscrapers, cities, factories, airplanes, automobiles, and every form of convenience that makes life more pleasant. The potential to attract money and create abundant wealth doesn't reside in your job or your struggle. You just have to know how to trigger it. Circumstances or even the economy, it resides within you. Your mind is equipped with natural ability to attract as much money as you want and need at any time, at any place, and in any financial climate. Just because someone comes from a family that has no financial education or background doesn't mean they can't be the one that gets it. But for many, it will mean not only learning the technical aspects of financial management, but overcoming their own psychological barriers and responses to societal information they are getting. I would argue there are huge psychological barriers to both achieving wealth and hanging on to it. Now, if you are one of those who believe that hard work and honestly alone will bring riches, perish that thought. It's never true. Riches that come in huge quantities are never the result of hard work alone. Riches come, if they come at all, in response to definite demands, based upon the application of definite principles, and not by chance or luck. Riches do not respond to wishes, they respond only to definite plans, backed by definite desires through constant persistence. The earth on which you live, you, yourself, and every other material thing are the result of evolutionary change, through which microscopic bits of matter have been organized and arranged in an orderly fashion. Every one of the billions of individual cells of your body, and every atom of matter began as intangible form of energy. Ideas are the beginning point of all fortune. Ideas are the product of imagination. When you begin with the thought impulse, desire to accumulate money, you are drafting into your service the same stuff that nature used in creating this earth, and every material form in the universe, including the body and brain in which the thought impulse function. A burning desire to be and to do is the starting point from which the dreamer must take off. Dreams are not born of indifference, laziness, or lack of ambition. Remember that all who succeed in life get off to a bad start and pass through many heartbreaking struggles before they arrive. The turning point in the lives of those who succeed usually comes at the moment of some crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves.
All the new fortunes are being created in ideas space.
And if you want a resource, then you go find a neutron star, you go find a star system. You don't go after a little planet. There's infinite Kepler planets out there that are going to be much closer to them. It's ideas and trade that people want. And if you look at modern society, even though I know this is not the common belief, we're becoming less warlike as we become more civilized. And the reason is because you don't conquer Russia anymore for its natural resources. You don't roll in the tanks because you're trying to grab all the natural resources. The wealthiest places in the world now are the ones that have the best ideas. Silicon Valley was on top for a while as a wealth creation engine because it had the best ideas. The new oil is ideas.
Generally speaking, an idea is an impulsive thought that impels action by an appeal to the imagination. All master salesmen know that ideas can sold where merchandise cannot. Ordinary salesman doesn't know this, that is why they are ordinary. A publisher of low-priced books made a discovery that should be worth much to publishers generally. He learned that many people buy titles and not content of books. By merely changing the name of one book that was not moving, his sales on that book jumped upward more than 1 million copies. The inside of the book was not changed in any way. He merely ripped off the cover bearing the title that did not sell, and put on new cover with a title that has box office value. That, as simple as it may seem, was an idea. It was imagination. There is no standard price on ideas. The creator of ideas makes his own price, and if he is smart, gets it. The story of practically every great fortune starts with the day when a creator of ideas and a seller of ideas got together and worked with harmony. Millions of people go through life hoping for favorable breaks. Perhaps a favorable break can get one opportunity, but the safest plan is not to depend upon luck. Thousands of people have accumulated profit by the discoveries made in the 25 years of research, and several for you have been accumulated through the application of the philosophy. The beginning way was simple. It was an idea which anyone might have developed. The favorable break might come through. But what about the determination, definiteness of purpose, and the desire to attain the goal, and the persistent efforts towards it? It was no ordinary desire that survived disappointment, discouragement, temporary defeat, criticism, and the constant reminding of waste of time. It was a burning desire, an obsession. Ideas are like that. First, you give life, action, and guidance to ideas. Then they take on power of their own and sweep aside all opposition. Ideas are intangible forces, but they have more power than the physical brains that give birth to them. They have the power to live on after the brain creates them has returned to dust.